In this video, I want to show you another really cool feature of Filmora, and this is adding overlays. You can actually add another clip on top of a clip, and let me show you what I mean. So here's your timeline. Here's your main clip. This is the one we're working on right now. Now let's say we wanted to add an image somewhere along here for whatever reason, and I'll show you in a minute. So I've got an image here, which I'm going to drag down. Let's say I want to put it right there. It's an image of John Glenn, who was an astronaut. So what's going to happen is, if I move the playhead over, you'll see what happens when this image is there. Once I hit the space bar to start the video, when we get to that image now takes over the screen. Okay? So, and it could be something you're talking about. Maybe somebody's actually talking about him at the time, and he wants that to show up. So that's one thing you can do. Now, you can do another thing as well, and that is, if you don't want this image, see right here, if you go over this image, you place your spacebar, it takes up the entire screen. What if you don't want it to take up the entire screen? Well, you have the ability to make it smaller. Watch this. You click on the image itself, and you can see now there's a box which forms around the image. You just go to a corner, you see those two arrows, and you can drag it down and actually just shrink it. And it can now sit right there. So instead of having it take up the entire screen, you could have it just take up part of the screen. So when you play it,
way that everybody else is teaching out there. In fact, that
you've got that.
Way that all people use
and then finally, there's another thing you can do if you want to. Again, this is strictly up to you. If you want to do it, you can do it. Take your image, put it down here again, and you want to put it right next to where it was. And now, let's say you want a full screen, and then you want a part screen. So watch what you can do here. Move it over. Let's move it over. We'll start the video and watch what happens.
Changed my life.
See, as soon as it hits him, he's full screen. And while we're talking about him, you can actually shrink him down to part of the screen. And again, if you want this to be there longer, again, maybe you're doing a review of a particular product, and you're starting to talk a lot about the product, and you want that to be on there for a good while. Again, just click on it. Then when you get the double arrow effect, see that? You just take it and you grab it and you can stretch it. Now you don't want to pull it. I just pulled the whole box. You don't want to pull it. You wait to see the double arrow. Now you can stretch it. Now that'll appear the entire time that you're talking about it. So if you're talking about a particular product and you want to picture the product to sit on the video while you're talking about it, you could have it sit there in front of your audience, and it won't disturb the rest of your video. So that's how you do video overlays on top of an existing video, and you give it a little bit more effect.